Hi everyone, this is a roller workout level 2. We're going to start laying down on our backs with the feet on top of the roller. So just making sure that your sit bone width apart and the thighs are parallel. I'm going to start rolling up into a bridge. So trying to keep the roller still, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes as we roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting the bottom up into the air, taking a breath in, and then exhale as we roll back down, and again just vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling back down, lowering the bottom down, breath in, and then exhale, starting to roll up, squeezing the bottom. Now the hamstrings and the legs are going to be working pretty hard because they're balancing you on the roller, so try and think about really supporting and squeezing your glutes as well through this motion. Breath in at the bottom, and then exhaling to roll up. Squeezing the glutes as we lift, trying to keep the pelvis even, and then rolling back down. I'm going to do 3 more like that. So using the roller for this exercise just really enhances the muscle activation around the legs and glutes and can make you a little bit shaky. I can feel I certainly am. And let's do 2 more. So rolling up, breathing in at the top, and then exhaling down. Try and stay stable through your ankles so you don't feel yourself rolling in or out on the heels. And last one, all the way to the top, breath in, keeping the thighs parallel, and then exhaling down. And then kick that roller up towards your bottom and pop the legs down. And we're going to lift the bottom up and bring the roller underneath. So you want your pelvis sitting quite flat on top of the roller. The roller is actually supporting under your sacrum, so under the back of your pelvis there, and then holding either end of the roller so it doesn't roll away from you, and then lifting the legs up one at a time from there. So we're keeping the pelvis nice and flat, and it should feel quite comfortable laying on top like that. And then we're going to extend the legs up, and we're going to lower the legs down, and here your tummy really has to switch on. So if you lose your tummy control, you'll feel the back kind of arch up, and we don't want that to happen. So inhale as the legs come up, and you can take it a little further so you get a stretch in the hamstrings, and then exhale, draw the belly in to control how low you go with the legs. So it really becomes a core exercise as well. So we get stretch into the hamstrings and then strength into the core. Inhaling up and then exhaling down. And we've got 2 more like this. And out. And 1 more. And out. And then we're going to hold it at that angle, and we're going to bring the heels in towards the bottom for frog legs, and then squeeze the inner thighs as you press the legs out. So we inhale as the legs come in, and then exhale to squeeze the inner thighs and draw your belly in so we're still controlling the pelvis and the lower back there. And press. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze the inner thighs. Breathing in, and squeeze the inner thighs. If you're finding that you're feeling this in your back, try aiming the legs a little higher up. If you want to work harder through the core, then you aim the legs a little lower. We're going to do 10 of these, so we've got 3 left. And 1 more. And then we're going to go into helicopter. So bring the legs back up to where we started. And we're going to bring the right leg towards your face, and the left leg is going to go away. And then from there, circle the legs so that they swap positions. And then again, bring the right leg towards your face, left leg down, so we scissor, and then circle around. So scissor and circle. And 2 more in this direction. And 1. And then alternate, so opposite. So left leg is going to go towards the face, and then turning the legs around. So left leg comes towards the face, right leg's going down, and then circling around, and switch, and circle, switch, and circle. Last one, switch, and circle, and then tuck the legs in and place them down onto the floor. And we're going to push the roller away and bring it out and around. And we're going to place the roller in between our legs with the legs in tabletop. Nice and strong through the tummy, so that's already working. And you're trying to hold the roller straight there. Hands come behind the head, and you're going to exhale and curl up, aiming your head to the roller, and then inhaling down. Exhale as we curl up, inhale as we lower. Trying to keep the pelvis nice and flat on the floor so it's not curling up towards you, otherwise you'll push the roller into your head. And exhale, inhale. So now there's a little bit of inner thighs naturally happening as well because you're holding on to the roller. So the legs become quite active. It's not just a core exercise anymore. And we've got 3 to go. Exhale, inhale, and last one. And then take a hold of the roller and just windscreen wipe the legs for a moment. Now this next one's a little bit challenging, so if it's a little bit out of your league, just go back to that chest lift exercise because you're going to be working similar muscles. If you can, pop your legs either end of the roller and hold it between your feet. Now from there, have the hands by the side, keep the legs straight and the legs active, tummies on strong. And then we're taking the legs over to the side, allow this hip to lift up as the leg goes down towards the floor. Tummy on really firm, press into the hands and lift the legs back up. So coming over to the side and then strong tummy, strong press into the hands and bringing the legs back. So we inhale over and then exhale back. Inhale over and exhale back. One more to each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then take your roller and give the legs another little rest. So we're going to come up from there. I'm going to lay on top of the roller now. So bottom down one end and then just lowering the spine along the length of the roller. Let me just straighten myself up a little bit. And you want your head supported as well as your tailbone. So your whole length of the spine supported. And we're just holding on with the fingertips to start with on the floor. Making sure that your feet are parallel and that the feet are hip width, sit bone width apart. And then lifting and lowering, alternating legs. So really challenging the core stability and the balance here as well. So trying to keep yourself as stable as possible and holding on as light as possible with the fingertips. And if you don't need to hold on, if you can challenge yourself and take the hands away, then try that, lifting one leg at a time. If you feel like you still need that support, take the hands back down to the floor. So you want to feel a little bit of firmness through the tummy as we lift a leg and then down and then lift and down. So we inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. So we're going to do one more to each side. Last one. And then we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling. So from here, the wider you have your legs, the easier it's going to be to balance. If you want to challenge yourself more, bring your feet all the way together. Start at about sit bone width apart. And we're taking opposite arm to leg out to the side. So the leg goes out to the side so you're on the border of the foot and the arm reaches right out to the floor so you get to stretch through the pec and chest and then bringing yourself back to center. And then opposite side. So reaching out through the opposite arm and leg, and then coming back. So we inhale to open, and then exhale to close. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. We're going to do 4 more like this, so 2 more to each side. And 2. And 2 more. And last one. And then taking the hands behind the head, and we're going to curl up into our chest lift. So curling up, maintaining our balance, and then curling back down. So it's an exhale to curl up, and an inhale back down. And exhale up, inhale down. And again, we're keeping the pelvis nice and flat, which is a bit easier to do sometimes when it's anchored on the roller. But it is a lot harder on the balance, and if you find that you're having trouble balancing, just take one hand down onto the floor to help you out there. And we'll do 2 more. And last one. Lovely. And then rolling off to the side there. Coming onto all fours. And have the roller lined up beside you. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we're taking the opposite arm through, so it's on top of the roller there, and then stretching through the body as we reach. Inhale to come back to the center, exhale to reach. Inhale through the center, and exhale to reach. So we're going to do 1 more like that, and then we're going to add a leg if you feel like you want to take it up a notch. Otherwise, you can stay with this version, that's totally fine. Otherwise, taking out the leg that's closest to the roller, and then balancing as we reach through. And inhale to center. Exhale, really grasping on firmly through the core, drawing your belly in towards your spine. 3, keeping that glute squeezing to keep the leg lifted. And 1 more, 4, and back. And then changing to the other side. Roller across. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Right hand coming through and stretching out on the exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale to twist and reach. And you can bend that elbow that's supporting you. That arm doesn't have to stay straight. If you bend it, you'll get that little bit further. Nice and deep into the stretch. So we've got 1 more like that, and then if you're wanting to take it up to the next level, we're going to take the leg out as well. So same leg closest to the roller, and then reaching through on the exhale. Inhale back to center. And 3 more like that. So obviously taking the leg up like that, we get a lot more core and a lot more glute. Challenge the body a little bit more. Last one. And then coming back. Okay, so now we're going to come onto, still on all fours, but have the roller under our shins. If you get sore wrists, you can come onto your fists, otherwise hands on the ground. And the movement that we're going to be doing is like a Sphinx pose. So the elbows go back towards the roller, and then you push yourself back up. So notice how I'm keeping my back straight as I do this, and I'm not sinking in the chest or letting the bottom go back over the heels. So I'm keeping my back straight in neutral. I'm bending my elbows back towards my heels and keeping my chest forward rather than sinking back. If that's enough for you, keep going with that. If you want to turn up the heat a little bit, lift the knees off, then go. You might not get as low, and that's okay. It suddenly becomes a heck of a lot stronger on the arms. So we're controlling that lower and then lift. I'm going to do 6 like that. So this is 3 and 4, keeping the knees lifted, and 5, and my arms are shaking, and 6. Good. Okay, so hopefully that gets the blood pumping a little bit. We're not quite done yet, but we're getting there. So we're going to keep the knees lifted on this next one, and we're going to tuck the roller in and out, so like from a plank position. So the knees are lifted, and then we tuck the roller in, and then push the roller out so we find our plank. And then tuck the roller in, and then press the roller out. So as an exhale as the roller comes in, and an inhale as we go out. So we've got 3 more of those. And 2. And 1. And then lowering the knees back down, bringing the roller around and popping it in front. So we've got 1 more exercise, and I'm going to finish with a nice stretch. So having the arms out in front, allow the head to lower down, pull the roller towards you, start to look up, and then press your hands into the roller as we open through the head, neck and shoulders, and then rolling back down. So we're just going halfway to start with for the first 4. Second 4 will lift all the way up if you're comfortable to do so. So we've got 2 more like that. Start to roll the roller towards you so the shoulders draw down. Start to look up, but keep the chin gently tucked in so that the neck isn't all the way up. Just until the ribs lift, and then coming back down. Keep your pubic bone pressing into the mat. Keep your glutes and core lightly switched on. So if that's enough for you, keep going with that height. If you want to go further, we bring the roller in, press in firmly, and lift all the way up. And then back down. And we've got 3 more like that. So shoulders draw down as the roller comes in, and we start to articulate the spine up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then rolling back down. And we've got 2 more, drawing the roller in, articulating up through the spine, squeeze the glutes and tummy at the top, rolling back down. 1 more. Opening through the collarbone, shining the chest forward, and then rolling back down. Bring the roller in, and we're going to roll over onto our back so we started. Let the head rest onto the roller. Let the body relax. You can have the legs up or down. I'm going to take some nice slow breaths to finish. Think about breathing into your tummy. Gently rising as you inhale, and the belly lowering as you exhale. And then just start to massage your head side to side. So we're massaging those bony parts of the skull at the back of the head over the roller. Just going side to side. You can adjust it a little if you need to. And just taking your time, feeling into any tender bits. Just massaging the back of the head and neck. Nice and slow. Thinking about your breathing. Belly rising on the inhale. Softening on the exhale. And just feeling into the back of your head for this quiet moment. Such a beautiful way to end the class, especially when there's some more challenging exercises thrown in like this one. Thank you all so much for joining me for our roller workout level 2.